Welcome to the Roundtable Perspective. I'm your host, Lee Artz. I'm joined today by my guest, Dr. Ugur Baloglu, Associate Professor of Media Studies, and he was the former department head of the Istanbul Gelisim University. He researches and teaches media, communication, and cultural studies. He's had dozens of publications in journals, book chapters, and edited books. His most recent publications include Transcultural Images in Hollywood Cinema. Today we want to discuss Turkish television, Turkish programs, and the responses of U.S. viewers.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
You're the first Turkish visiting professor at Purdue Northwest. So my question is, why are you here?
We all know that the American society, we can describe the America or United States, we can call it United States, the melting pot or the salad bowl. So why did I choose here? And as immigrants comes to the United States, that they're from all over the world, they also bring their own culture here, yes. And they also participate to the culture. So they can bring their music, food, fashion, or something. And this is very interesting. So United States is the brilliant sample for transcultural studies or transnational media to understand. And also the second reason is generally most of transnational media studies or transcultural studies have been carried out just one-sided. Yeah. Just one-sided with the framework of the domination of the West. You know what I mean?
In fact, there's a whole theory, cultural imperialism, that says the U.S. dominates media everywhere.
Yes, we can call it maybe cultural hegemony. But right now, I'm just trying to figure out how Turkish TV series and how also Turkish culture, okay, it's not a big amount, but how Turkish culture, or is it possible the Turkish culture can affect the tiny part of the United States? Maybe, maybe not. It seems it's not possible, but I would like to, it's exciting for me. It's quite exciting for me to find out these kind of things.
So you're going to do a survey of American viewers.
Yes.
Of Turkish television.
Yes, the research has two paths. The one path is that. And why did I choose the Purdue University Northwest? Because of you. That's why, you are a scholar, that you have many books published, very qualified publishers, and you are also working cultural hegemony and also the global media, and you also worked about Turkish soap opera, I know. That's why I choose PNW and to be able to work with you.
Right, so we have some background that allows us to have a conversation and maybe even work a little bit on the survey, although you're the primary surveyor, you're the primary interviewer. But yes, that's great. So ultimately the goal of this research is what? To find out, well, you have to get American viewers that have watched Turkish television or some Turkish dramas, and from that you hope to find out if it's had an effect on their...
But by the way, yes. The research has two paths. The one path is the U.S. citizens' viewership. I want to understand Americans' viewership the viewers of immigrants. I want to observe whether the American citizens' view of immigrants has changed or not after viewing this kind of TV show.
So one is like, there's a general, well, one might think, I'm not sure if it's accurate, one might think that many Americans are opposed to immigration, right? Different statements from the White House and policies, but that doesn't necessarily reflect the public's views of immigration. But in this case, you're interested in, has Turkish television had any effect on American viewers' attitudes or understandings of Turkey?
This is the one step. The second step, also, I'm going to do some interviews with Turkish immigrants.
Oh, that are here.
Yes, here, living in the United States, and I want to observe their integration process. I want to know that if they are still continue to, we still continue to watch Turkish television.
Right, watch Turkish television, eat Turkish food, have the same cultural practices.
Yes, it means that they are not trying to integrate this society. They are also, I mean, how can I say it? We can say maybe, call it not transcultural, maybe translocal.
Yeah.
They are creating a translocal networks.
Create a kind of a space for Turkish culture
that's right.
within Chicago or within New York or something.
Yeah, last year I did a research in Turkey, in my area, Ankara, about Somalian immigrants living in Turkey, living in Turkey, and we can call it migrant spectatorship or something, and it's very important thing that when I speak with them, some of them has been watching Turkish TV series, some of them none.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's very interesting that the viewer of Turkish television immigrants, I can observe that they are very easily to integrate the Turkish society. They can find a job because they can improve their language ability. So it's very important.
They also understand how social relations are.
Yes. And they can find a job.
Yeah.
They can communicate with other people. Some of them just isolate themselves to the society, and they also they did not watch any Turkish TV series. They always watching the Somalian channels. Yeah,
and who knew there was Somalian channels?
Yes, but they watched just Somalian TV. And then I just thought that Turkish TV industry, Turkish TV series industry right now is the second place. The American is the dominant one, the number one. What if? Always we are thinking about that. The culture is flowing. It's the Western glance. Culture is flowing from west to east. It's the cultural hegemony, and right now we are telling our story. So, is it possible to affect or is it possible to integrate to U.S. culture?
So that raises one question.
Yes.
And I don't know how you know this, but what do you think the current American citizen perception of Turkey is? What is their attitude, not just towards Turkish immigrants, but what is their attitude towards Turkey? I mean, I often think, Biden or somebody else, the president will say, well, there's authoritarian regimes in the world. There's Hungary, there's Russia, there's Turkey, right? And they stick Erdogan in that mix. But do you think that's something, from the few interviews that you've done, does it seem like American citizens currently have a positive, negative, neutral view towards Turkey?
Actually, after viewing the Turkish TV series, it's just turned out the positive way. It's very important. Yeah, I did 15 interviews right now, the 15 to 15. They are all positive right now.
Yeah.
But when I asked them before watching the Turkish TV series, what did you know anything about Turkey? When I say Turkey and what it's happening in your mind, just close your eyes and when I say, just assume that if I say Turkey or Turkish people, what had been occurred in your mind? And they always said to me, as you said, the Middle East, they are just Middle East, hijab, and also
which is not
authoritarian thing. And some of them say it's very ridiculous, but it's a scientific research, so I should say that. Camel.
Oh, in Turkey.
Yeah, it's really it's very interesting. But it's but after watching this kind of TV show, and I'm asking again, and they are telling me that right now we are just thinking about more European, modern, this kind of thing.
Yeah.
more Western.
Yes. I've been to Turkey a few times,
Yeah.
and that's obvious. I mean,
Yeah.
high rises, modern architecture,
Yes.
people in Western and you might say Middle Eastern
Yeah.
fashion or dress. It's a very cosmopolitan
Yes.
area, Ankara, Istanbul. So if, with this small sample you have,
Okay.
the suggestion is that by watching these Turkish dramas, there is some positive outcome of that. People
Yeah.
have a better attitude. So then the question is naturally, well, what are the themes? What are the images? What are the values that are expressed on these Turkish dramas that are spreading around the world?
First of all, generally, most of viewers likes storyline. They are just telling me that it looks like 50s. It's 50s Americans' life or 60s of America. I mean, they just remind the 60s in the United States or 50s in the United States. I mean, strong family ties and strong, how can I say, values, but modern. Not that, okay, they are keeping their traditional ways, but in the modern way. So
the father's still important. The
father's still
mother
important. Mother
still has to take care of the family.
And I mean, at the dinner table, all family coming
Sit together.
Set together. Yes, it's very important for them because they are remembering the old days. It's the connection with the old days.
Even the youth, the college student age that don't have some memory of the old days, they're seeing.
No.
I mean, I understand when I think of telenovelas or I think of American soap operas, there's usually this theme where there's often a poor girl and she meets some very rich person and they fall in love and their families don't like each other. It seems very individually focused, the self-interest on those hands. So is that replicated in the...
Yes, we can say that, actually. We can say that. We also... this is the one point, actually, yes. The younger generation of the audience, they're, I don't know, but they love actors and actresses and acting abilities. They also love storylines. They also, this kind of romance.
Well, they're very romantic and dramatic as well.
Dramatic, yeah, it's also very important for them. Yeah, I can understand. And but we cannot say the old Turkish TV series is telenovelas or just dramas because lots of genres we have. I mean, the crime it's important to emphasize that, and I also just bring some paper, and the runner, for example, the Suskunlar. Suskunlar is in 1916. The Suskunlar, the Turkish meaning of Suskunlar, the American name is the Game of Silence. It's reproduced by NBC, and it's not about romance. It's about crime. It's about the three brothers story. No romance, no crime. No romantic relationship, but it's all about crime. It's the subculture of the Turkey, and also there are lots of. For example, the last one is the Club. I think the Club. It's all about the old Turks and the 50s Turkey. Okay. It's telling the story of 50s Turkey, and there is the minority of Jewish population. It's about their story, and there's not the general soap opera or general telenovela. It's also the modern.
In addition to the soap opera type, there's other genre that could be kind of like our criminal investigation series here. Are there situation comedies? I mean, are there?
No, we are not good at situation comedy. The American, I think the America is the best one.
Okay. I do know because, as you said, I've done some work on Latin American media, and I've noticed that Turkish imports of dramatic series
Yeah.
are huge, and they've
Yes.
made many partnerships with
Yeah.
some of the larger media in Latin America. But I'm not familiar, you just mentioned NBC, I'm not familiar that which American companies have made partnerships so they are broadcasting, or maybe it's streaming. I don't know if that's the primary way that Turkish, because I've seen some,
Yeah.
actually I've seen some Turkish crime shows on a streaming service.
Yeah,
So is
yeah.
that, what are the connections with American media?
It's getting popular, actually. It's getting popular, and the first one is, I think the 2015 is the breaking year,
Yeah.
because adapted, and I wrote here, the Turkish TV series, the Turkish name is Oğlum, how can I say it? The Sun.
Okay.
Sun, the other Sun, not the Sun, the over there. The Turkish series Sun in 1915, produced by ABC. This is the first one, ABC. And after that, in 2016, the NBC produced, the adapted Suskunlar as the name
So
of
they buy the
game.
format and then
Yes,
reproduce it in an English
yes, that's
language,
right.
but it's basically the story that
Yes.
they've purchased from.
But right now, NBC or ABC, they're also doing, doing some agreement with the Turkish production company. But the main companies are, as you said, streaming company. The Amazon, Hulu, and Netflix. Netflix is the number one right now, and all my participants told me that
They watch it on
yes,
Netflix, yeah.
accidentally they just open and started to watch Turkish TV series, and then addicted to Turkish
Yeah.
TV series. It's very important because it's very interesting for me, they are addicted to Turkish TV series. They went to Turkey. They also organize Turkish trip or something. It's very
So
important.
they watch Turkish TV and then they make a trip to see
the places.
See the places,
Yes,
yeah. I
Istanbul,
knew that
Cappadocia.
happened with Japan and Korea, that some of the
Yes.
Japanese melodramas, and even in China to some extent, where they do the
Yeah.
historic royalty things,
Yeah.
people will travel because they want to see, right? It's kind of like going to see Lord of the Rings, or what's the Hobbit one? You go to New Zealand to see the thing, you go to Ireland to see Lord of the Rings. So that's that's just hard to wrap your head around, that
Yeah.
people watch a TV show and now they get so excited, so addicted, they become fans, and they want to go to see where the filming is done. So
Very interesting.
yeah. So Netflix doesn't just broadcast Turkish dramas to the U.S. I'm
course.
assuming that Turkish dramas, I mean, I know Netflix has different agreements that some shows can be shown in certain locations and some can't, but is it widespread that Turkish dramas are on Netflix almost globally?
Oh, yes, of course, global. And I wrote it down, and here I think, right now I have some numbers actually.
Oh, good.
I can read these numbers. It's gradually increasing actually. The Turkish TV series have been in the international market, as I said, after
2015, 2016?
2010, actually, maybe after the 2010, it's gradually increasing. But right now, in 2017, Turkey became the second country in the world after the United States. It is very important. It's a very key point. And it's right now in 2020, and it's a Turkish series in the European market and also the United States market. And this is economic politics, you know.
Yeah.
It's not just the cultural way. We should also think about the political economy.
Yeah, it would make sense. If I'm a Turkish television producer or a movie producer, I'm going to sell my wares to Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, because it's profitable. So I'm going to present the stories that will appeal to a U.S. audience, to a European audience, I mean, it seems to be some immediate connection with telenovelas to Latin America, but it's not just because Erdogan or somebody else wants soft power and cultural influence. It has to be very profitable.
Yes. So European and also United States market, it's not that big, but for Turkey, Latin America, I mean, almost all Latin Americas, Peru, Paraguay, I mean, Mexico, and also Balkans, the Balkan countries, Macedonia, and Romania, this kind of, and also
well, there has to be
Arabs.
some cultural affinity, some cultural proximity with the Turkish background, because they've had to share, maybe not the language, but they've certainly shared some history.
That might be, and also the Arab Peninsula. I mean, the Arab countries, for example, Saudi Arabia, and also the I mean, it's not a country, but it's the region, Dubai, also Abu Dhabi. This kind of places, and also Qatar, they love Turkish TV series. And it's very important to know why. And it's getting popular in the United States, and I'm here to find out the reason.
Well, and what do you surmise the reason is in the Middle East that Qatar and Dubai area and even Saudi Arabia are attracted to Turkish television? Because it's made in the region and it's a way of keeping some independence?
The cultural tie, I think, there's a cultural tie, and also some historical TV series are very popular there. For example, I mean, it's the TV series about the Ottoman Empire and before Ottoman Empire. This kind of series is the historical pieces that before the British showed up and cut up the whole place. And also it's interesting, American audience also love this kind of historical stories. Maybe they find these historical stories exotic.
I just wanted to question you about the status of journalism and media freedom in Turkey, because one of the things is Turkey is, as I said at the start, often accused of being very constraining. But at the same time, there's millions of Syrians that have taken up residence because they fled the civil war in Syria, and Turkey's welcomed them, essentially. But I just wonder, what's your assessment of the current conditions of media freedom and media production in Turkey? If you're comfortable talking about it.
Yes, I'm very comfortable talking, because I wrote lots of things about that. There is no freedom in Turkey. There's no press freedom in Turkey. We can say that. And
is that true for entertainment media as well? I mean, is there like a government agency that has to approve the script?
I think there's a pressure, the entertainment media, and we can say that. We can say that, because we can say that.
Okay.
So I think it's all about the ownership about the media. It's getting concentrated. It's getting concentrated, and I'm saying that, and 99% of whole media, ideologically, I'm not saying that ownershiply, ideologically concentrated. So we can say that,
the nationalism of Turkey, they support the government's policies.
Yes, that's right. 99%.
It's not unlike in the United States, where you would say the primary print media and the primary broadcast television media pretty much line up behind all kinds of things, like the U.S. war with support to the Ukrainian war, like the U.S. operations in Latin America. It seems that there is an ideological consolidation of that. So that's not surprising.
But, I'm calling that it's a conservative ideological pressure in the media. We can say that.
And that somehow filters through to the entertainment, to the people that are making the drama series and the crime series, or whether there's any intervention from the government, there still is a general understanding that we want to make Turkey look good. And also, obviously, for
Yeah.
profit reasons, you want to be able to put a story out that
Yeah.
millions of people are going to
We can say that. Yes.
watch. Okay, all right. Thank you.
Thanks.
And thank you, Dr. Baloglu, for being here, but that's all the time we have today. I want to thank you for being with me on Roundtable Perspective. I'm Lee Artz, and I'll see you next time.